So here we are at the Black Country Radio Studios, ready to interview Beverley Nielsen, the Liberal Democrat West Midlands mayoral candidate for the West Midlands mayoral elections for 2017. Follow us on the hashtag WMLX17. Let's go and see what she has to say. As you may or may not know, I'm 17, so in this election I will not be able to vote for any candidate as it stands currently. So how will you ensure that young people's issues are fairly represented?
Well, for me, they're absolutely top of my agenda. In my campaign, I've been focusing on investing in young people as they are what I regard as the human goldmine for the future that's going to power growth. Your creativity, your energy, your insights and innovations is what's going to transform our economy and lead the future for this region. And so we have the highest proportion of students in this region, but we're not sort of seen as a Cambridge or an Oxford. In fact, our reputation isn't really where it needs to be as a region. So I want to put you as young people at the heart of my agenda, and as a result of that I'm sort of offering free transport for young people 16 to 25. I'm offering bursaries for young people who are working with small and medium-sized businesses in the area, with manufacturing companies, or looking to start up their own, micro businesses, startups, because what we really need is to get a great deal more energy into the entrepreneurship and startups right across the region. And we need to stop the brain drain, because we've got too many young people studying here, at the many great universities and colleges across the region, and then just leaving when they've finished. And actually there's a lot of research to show that the more you can keep graduates and people who finished their studies in a region, the greater your opportunities for success as a region are.
Do you feel that young people are educated enough in politics in regards to who or what they are actually voting for?
Well, I think this is a really interesting point, because I think that actually they could do with more education around politics, because actually I meet a lot of young people and I say, oh, it doesn't really concern me, it's not something that I have a view about or that I'm engaged with at the moment, but actually it is. And so if we take the Brexit vote, and 70% of young people actually voted to remain in the EU. But actually there were a lot of, if we'd had young people voting from 16, for example, that might have been an even higher proportion. So I think it is important that young people are engaged in politics. It is important that we hear your voice. And given that the future rests with you, I'd like to see that voice very well represented and taken into account really seriously. So yes, I think it's important.
So places like Birmingham used to be called the workshop of the world, a city of 1,000 trades, but trade is changing and so are jobs that we young people are really struggling to get. So what do you plan to do to make sure that there are enough high value jobs to keep us in the region?
Well, I think I've just sort of been talking about that, Connor. I mean, I think in terms of really the opportunity to link the research that's going on in some of our universities and the research centres and institutions into the market opportunities which are opening up right in front of our eyes. I've talked about electric vehicles, I've talked about battery storage, energy storage, battery power, but also we've got life sciences and our tremendous leadership in places like Queen Elizabeth hospitals in Birmingham and in other hospitals across the region, and again hooking up that network and into our universities is very important. I think construction is another opportunity, because we do need to double the number of homes that we're building in the region. We need more affordable homes, especially for young people. But I think that in doing that, we need to think that homes are very different in future. They're going to be utterly connected. So the device that we all carry around with us are going to be connected into our homes, and are going to be telling us when we need another bottle of milk or a loaf of bread, or when we need to maybe eat food that's better for us. If we're missing some deficiencies in the food that we're eating, and so I think that all of this needs to be connected into the learning and the education system And we need to make sure that not only are we driving the research programs that are going to drive the high value added activities that will create the jobs in the future, but also that the young people in schools from primary age are going to be connected into those opportunities too and get decent, really top quality careers advice, good work experience. Because when I go into the colleges and talk to young people and they say to me, oh, but they've had maybe one bit of work experience, but I think they need to, from a very early age, be aware of what business opportunities are opening up, what experience they need alongside their formal studies, what employability skills would help them, the sort of communication skills, all of that sort of thing. So I think there's quite a lot to be done in terms of young people being more aware of what opportunities there are going to be in this region, so that they won't be looking necessarily down to the southeast, but will be aware that right here on their doorstep there are going to be some really great high value added jobs of the sort that you've just been asking me about.
So that was Beverley Nielsen, the Liberal Democrat West Midlands mayoral candidate for the hashtag WMLX17. Let us know what you think. Was that a good interview, a bad interview? Was there anything that you liked or didn't like about what she said in her opinions? Let us know again at hashtag WMLX17, or you can get in contact with us on civify.org.